should be relatively simple. For example, when we start thinking about one of the things that I know that you guys already know about with triangles is that if you have a triangle, when you have a triangle, there you go. When you start with a triangle, and if you take out the vertices, your vertices create a line. No, you're right. You take them apart. It's hard to hold it. What's that? I swear I thought you said that. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I heard line. My bad. So yeah, you're wrong. No, they create a line, which means what about all the angles that add up equal? Wait, again, this is something that you guys already knew. It's nothing new. Okay. So we know it's what we call the triangle sum. Triangle sum. The sum of the angles in a triangle is 180. Again, you all knew that. That wasn't anything new. It's been there for a long time. We've talked about it. You've actually used it. One of the things that'll be a little bit different is that sometimes it might say the angles in a triangle are in the ratio. Remember we talked about ratios before? Let me do an example here. The angles in a triangle are in the ratio of, let's see, 2 to 3 to 4. What are the angles? You will start to see this terminology of ratios pretty regularly in this textbook. This textbook uses ratios a lot. It's one of those pretty standard things to work with. So if it says the angles in a triangle are in a ratio of 2 to 3 to 4, that means that there is some common multiplier shared by the three angles. What? No, go ahead. What? Okay. When you have, what happens here with this ratio, what it's saying is that there is some common multiplier that each one of the angles share. So if it's something they all share and it's common, we call it just x because we don't know what it is. When it says that there's this ratio of 2, 3, and 4, what we wind up doing is just this: 2x plus 3x plus 4x. What do those three angles have to add up to equal? 180. Okay. So a lot of times when you see the words angles have a ratio, that just means take those numbers that they give you, throw an x next to it, and add them. It's kind of an easy way to do it. Remember, the ratio just means there's a common multiplier. That common multiplier is what we have to figure out, and then you just put them together. So what's 2 plus 3 plus 4? 9. So you get 9x is 180. What's your value of x? So if your value of x is 20, what will your three angles be? What do you do? Well, you just take that value of x is that common multiplier. So you just throw it back in the top. 2 times 20, 3 times 20, 4 times 20. We get 40, 60, and 80. And lo and behold, those three angles add up to equal. I know, right? It's mathematical. I'm sorry. So you'll see that words a lot with ratios. And quite honestly, the math that they give you with them, it's usually pretty easy. They don't try to mess with it. Do you guys ever remember seeing ratios like that? I didn't think it was anything new. I know Pearson, if you, obviously when you guys went through the Pearson stuff last year, the Algebra 1 textbook, these ratios a lot in there too, so it's a little refresher. Also, we'll see stuff like this. More of the big picture style problems, where you'll get a little bit more of a complex looking of a diagram, a couple of bits and pieces, and you have to figure out a spot to start and work your way through. Now remember, there's going to be a lot of little definitions, things that you've used in the past. You have to try to figure out what's the best place to go. Yeah, that's one way to start. Absolutely. And what game will that be? Yeah, yes, I knew you meant by saying C. Yeah, that's exactly right. That's one way that would go about it, because everybody see there at the vertex of B, those two angles share that common side of BD. That means you can add those two angles together. That's one method to get you over to angle C, figure out what that Z value is. Same thing to find, what would you do to find X? Yeah, you add 43 and 59 together to figure out what X is. So it's the idea of figuring out what is the best course of action to start. Now, if you want to start finding the angle C first, great. You want to start finding the angle X, fine. You can't find angle Y though first, because you have to figure out one of the other two before you get there. So we start to see more of these big picture ones. If we do it, let me move this over just a bit. If I'm going to figure out what X is, I know that 43, 59, what's that, 2 is 102. Okay, that gets me to X. We are at that. If I do the 59, by putting those guys together, it's going to get me this whole angle here to get me over to Z. Well, I already know 43 and 59, so if I just add 49 here, I get 151. You okay with that? Take your 180, back out the 151. We have 29. So we're at 29, 78. Now you can do one of two things now to figure out what Y is. What's the relationship between X and Y in the picture? They're not always congruent, but they, no. What do they form? What do those two angles form? What do angles X and Y form? Right, so they're supplementary. They're a linear pair, because they have to add up to equal how much? 180. So you already know what Y is because you figured it out from earlier. It's 102, isn't it? Now you could go about it the long way as well. You could have done your 49 plus 29. Subtract the position. Is that 678? And then again, there is more than one way to get about solving some of these things together. The math that we're going to do isn't going to be tough. Right? It's just a matter of picking a good spot to go. Right? Excuse me. Did we find you though? I think we got lost. Did we find you? Okay. Definition. This is something new. I don't think you guys have ever seen this one. In this diagram, what we did is I took a picture of took a snapshot of one of the pictures that's in the textbook that defines what's called an exterior angle. Now, you may or may not have worked with exterior angles in the past when you guys worked with polygons. Pretty sure you might have heard that term before. But here, angle 1 is what you call an exterior angle. An exterior angle lies on the outside of an interior angle. I think the easiest way to think about it is that I'm trying not to use as many words. It's the linear pair to an interior angle. It's the supplementary angle to the interior angle. It's the supplement. The exterior angle is the supplement to the interior. Because if the interior angle is 60, the outside has to create a line, which means the outside would have to be 1. That's how this works. For each vertex, you can have an exterior angle. Okay, those guys are all outside angles. Now, I think I might have shown you this before. Can I call this, just for argument's sake, angle 4? You okay with that? Okay. Now, don't put your pencils down, because I don't want you to write this down. But do you agree that if I say angle 1 plus angle 4 has to equal 180 degrees? You guys okay with that? Okay. Do you also agree that angle 4 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 is also 180 degrees? Okay. Now, do those two things equal the same number? Okay. That means those two things have to be equal. So by using what's called substitution, I can say that angle 1 plus angle 4 equals angle 4 plus angle 2, because they both have to equal 180. All right. What do they have that's the same on both sides? They have that 4, don't they? 4 on both sides? Yeah. So if I was going to move it, what would I do? Right, so I would subtract it. So then these guys would drop out, which means that by rule, angle 1 has to equal, oops, forgot to put a 1 there. So that means that that outside angle always has to equal the 2 it doesn't touch. Okay, that's where this comes from. This outside angle, the exterior angle, always equals the sum of the 2 it does not touch. Yeah, that's the important thing. So I know how to spell here. This is off. The exterior angle always equals the sum of the 2 it doesn't touch. Always, always, always. It's the supplement to the one inside it, and it always equals the sum of the 2 it doesn't touch. I really picked the wrong day to ride a motorcycle. Yeah, it was gorgeous out this morning. It said it was supposed to rain in the afternoon. I'm like, I'll ride it. I'll really. I put it in the garage. I asked Mr. Elliott if I could put it inside. It's Italian. If any of you know anything about things and cars and bikes, Italian electronics and water don't mix very well. So I try to keep it dry. What's that? No, it doesn't. No. Murphy. We go out on a limb and say that Murphy's not an Italian name. No. No. I do like fishing. But we go fishing a lot. We've got a couple of really good ponds, and my kids love fishing. We go fishing all the time. Yeah, we go fishing. We fish just about anywhere. So we did this. We did this. All right. So those are just examples, guys. Find the missing angle. Find angle 1. Find angle 2. Take a bit to figure it out. Yes. Practice examples. Yes. The answer is yes. Yes. This is practice examples. Yes, we are practicing these examples. We're gonna figure them out. We're gonna work on it and see what we can do. So a lot of times it'll say instructions will say find the numbered angle. So in the one example on the left, you're gonna figure out what angle 1 is. The example on the right, you're gonna figure out what angle 2 is. So angle 1, I'm working at the example on the left here, guys. Is that an outside angle or an exterior angle, or is it an interior angle? It's exterior. So that means that the exterior angle has to equal the sum of the two it doesn't touch. It does not touch the angle of 80, and it does not touch the angle of 18, which means angle 1 has to equal 80 plus 18, otherwise known as angle 1 will equal 98 degrees. Equals the sum of the two it doesn't touch. Yes, sir. 124, is that an outside angle or an inside angle? Yes, ma'am. Because if you go back to what I told you not to write down, you just follow through on it. What's that? The exterior and the two interior? No. Remember, the exterior angle and the one that it touches, the exterior and the one it touches, those add to 180. You agree on that? And then all three of these add to 180, so there's two separate things. Which one? Like, if you're looking here, you're talking about angle 4? No, if it doesn't ask you to, you don't have to. So as you go back to here, angle 124 is on the outside, isn't it? Which means it has to equal the sum of the two it doesn't hit. So, correct. 59 plus sum. It's the idea that you use the vocab that the outside angle equals the sum of the two it doesn't touch. Well, it doesn't touch the 59. It doesn't touch angle number 2. I'm just going to use x that we don't think it's a 2. With 59, what do you have to do? Yeah, that's all I got to do. That way I didn't write the number. We're just trying to find 8. If I had a 2, then I might have accidentally used 67. What's that? I thought you said, okay, wait. Okay. Outside angle equals the sum of two it doesn't touch. That's all it is. Write that down. Outside angle equals the sum of two it doesn't touch. Yes, ma'am. If you're comfortable doing it that way, that's fine. I always write it out, especially a bunch of the first few times to make sure everybody sees where I'm coming from before we start making shortcuts. I got a couple more. So what you're gonna figure out here is another weird picture. It's just a picture. This 45 is in here. Okay? Take a few minutes and figure it out. Take a couple minutes and figure it out. It's okay, guys. Figure out this, I have no doubt. All right, remember, when you get to draw this, it's not a tough thing to draw. All you have to do. This angle on the outside, you have to see whatever the angle is on the outside, it doesn't touch these two. It's actually the next. So it has to be the sun. Always on. That's what this is. So this is the X period. This is right in the left. This one here and here. This sun. It's actually like sure it's on the side. This one doesn't touch these ones. It has to be the sun. Sun. Don't freak out when you're trying to draw these things. It's not that bad. so you can see it. See, again, you've got an exterior angle. The exterior angle has to add up to equal what two angles? The two it doesn't. The outside angle always adds up to equal the two that doesn't touch. So you set it up. We use exterior angles pretty regularly throughout the year. So if you set it up, the outside angle is the 6x minus 7. It has to equal the sum of 2x plus 103 minus x. And now you have to combine like terms. Guys, this is where a lot of you make some pretty bad algebra decisions. Remember, when you're combining like terms on the right-hand side, what's 2x minus 1x? It's just x, okay? You're just combining them. You're not moving anything around. These two simplify out to being x plus 103. Too many of you guys would add x to 2x. Now you have variables on both sides. What are you going to move? Yeah. You move the x. We always move the 7. And then lastly, what do you have to do? Divide out. Divide out by the 5. 22, does that sound right? Yeah. There you go. Doesn't matter. The order in which you add things, it doesn't change. Because what's 3 plus 2? What's 2 plus 3? So 2x plus 103 minus x is still x plus 103. So 103 minus x plus 2x would still be x plus 103. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. When you add things together, it doesn't matter the order in which you put them. Same thing with multiplication. It doesn't matter how you multiply it either. It matters when you subtract. It matters when you divide. That's what we want you guys to work on today. Just stuff like this. Nothing too crazy. I think I have it here. It's in the textbook today. The textbook works. Yay! Textbook works. Yay! I sense the sarcasm. If you don't want to try to log through it, here is the textbook. If you want to take a picture of it, by all means, go for it. Okay? Yes, ma'am. Yeah, what do you got? Yes. I don't change it. It doesn't. It's the default skyward, and that's what it does. I don't go back. A lot of times they can't go back and individually check things. It's not worth my time. No offense. Something against you. It's just not awesome. That's how it's set to be. Yeah, this shouldn't take very long. This is pretty quick stuff. So if you want to pull it up now, screenshot it, go from there, and get cracking.